Today is one of those days I seek to bust the myth. There's so many myths. I'm telling you, in my line of work, oh my God, there's so many myths. But today, we are busting myths on fertility. What have you heard about fertility? Is there anything you've been told? If you do this, utapata twins. If you do this, you get triplets. If you do this, you'll definitely conceive. You're not conceiving because you're not doing this or you're doing this. There's a lot of talk when it comes to fertility. As far as I'm concerned, you just have to go back to the good old sex, enjoy your sex, and wait for God's timing. My name is Getrude Mungai. I'm a lifestyle designer on sex and relationships. And this is Marriage is a Scam with a Cherry on Top. So, myth number one, adopt a child and soon after you will get pregnant. What? This one I almost believed because I know a number of people who've been struggling getting babies or getting children. And as soon as they adopt, for them, it wasn't even about the myth. They had given up and they decided, you know what? We can have children in different ways. They don't have to be our biological kids. And then they adopt. Less than a year, the wife gets pregnant. They didn't do anything different. The only difference is they adopted a child. I know more than one couple this happened to them. But then I also know so many other couples who adopted a child because that's what they were told. If you adopt a child, you will get pregnant. They adopted a child, and some actually have adopted many children. I know one, they're on their third child, and still they don't have their own biological child. So, unfortunately, this falls under mythical beliefs. There are no guarantees that if you adopt a child, you will get your own biological or you'll get pregnant. Lifting up the legs for 20 minutes immediately after penetration at a right angle, 90 degrees. What? This one I did. I am so guilty. Not the very first baby, the second baby, of course. Eh? What? I'm telling you, it didn't help much. The only thing it did is lift my legs numb. Yeah? It's believable. Think about it. It's very believable. Yeah, so the only thing that did is leave my legs numb. It didn't help much. Yeah, but think about it. It makes a lot of sense. You want to have babies, so you're helping the little swimmers to reach faster or not to take another route. I'm telling you, the way the Lord designed us, those little swimmers do not need any help. They know how to find their way. So, lifting up does not make any difference. It doesn't help the swimmers in any way. Whichever position you are at, the swimmers will find their way. Where they're supposed to go, they will go. Whether after having sex, you go back and sleep on your fours, you sleep on your tummy, and you go on your fours, or you just get up and go, or even you get up and do jumping jacks. It's not going to make a difference. So again, unfortunately, lifting your legs up after sex when you're trying to conceive is not going to better your chances of you getting pregnant. Cleaning after sex. I'm telling you, one of those days at a bridal shower, there's a lady who almost walked out. She was telling me, you know how big I am with cleaning, it's a whole hula baloo. I call it a cleaning ceremony after sex, where you go to the bathroom, pee, wash, and then you come back with a nice warm towel and clean your husband. This lady almost stormed out. She told me she can't do that. She's trying to get pregnant. So after sex, she's supposed to sit still or sleep still, to wait for those swimmers to marinate, so they don't lose, they don't disappear. Oh, let me tell you something. Even if there's a leakage, there's plenty enough for them to do what they're supposed to do. Okay? So cleaning after sex, again, it's another myth. If you clean after sex, it's not gonna reduce your chances of you getting pregnant. After all, you're not putting your fingers and scooping, and you're cleaning the outer part of the vagina. You see, when I say Miss Victoria, I mean the vulva and the canal. There's the cervix, which is the inside part of the vagina. So the swimmers have already passed, they've already gone where they're supposed to go. What you're cleaning is on the surface and the vulva, the opening, the outer part of Miss Victoria. So cleaning after sex stays, whether you're trying to get pregnant or not. And after all, you don't just jump out, you chill kidogo, you can stay still for about 5 minutes trying to just enjoy. You wait for you to calm down, before you go and clean up. Even if you go and clean immediately, like I'm saying, it's not going to affect your chances of you getting pregnant. So ladies, let's clean up. That smell, I can't get over it. And worse, when I'm smelling on another woman sitting next to me. It's not pleasant, guys. And remember, even cleaning after sex helps you from getting silly infection, bacterial and fungal. So you have no choice. You have to clean. It's a myth. You can only conceive when you get an orgasm. Why? If that was the case, we'll have very few babies in the world. Because we all know there's so many women who enjoy their sex, and they don't get orgasm. There are women who've been married for years. They have never gotten an orgasm and they have 8 children. How do you explain that? You don't need to orgasm for you to get pregnant, or for you to conceive. But let me tell you something. It does help, Of course, when you orgasm, the contraction of the muscles, it aids the uterus, So this, it's easy for the swimmers to go through the fallopian tube. They go faster. But whether you orgasm or not, the swimmers will find their way wherever it is they need to go, like I said. So you don't need to orgasm for you to get pregnant. You can get pregnant even when you are not even in the mood. You don't even feel like, what your mind says and what your body says is 2 different things. So let's just continue going to Mombasa Raha. With or without orgasm, more babies will be born. Missionary position is the only position you will be able to conceive. Again, that's a myth. Any position. You could even be doing headstands. Any position. You could be dangling on the tree. As long as Mr. Victor is able to go in, ejaculation takes place, and the egg is ready to be fertilized, you will get pregnant. I've had so many couples trying to conceive, and they suck the joy out of lovemaking because they're thinking the only position which will help us get babies is missionary. So that's the only position they do. They end up, not even the fun missionary, they end up doing the dead chicken syndrome, kifo cha mende. They kill the joy out of sex. And the more they kill the joy, it becomes so mechanical. And before you realize, everybody has performance anxiety and everyone is frustrated. Let me tell you something. If you want a doggy style, if you want to go even to the pool, you can even conceive while you are in the pool. Position, location, it doesn't really matter. And missionary certainly is not guaranteed. I know so many people who are not trying to get pregnant. Most of hizi za kuibaiba, the one behind the house where you rub yourself on the the guy is, those are the ones most of the time, the ones which are quickies, in a hurry, you're scared you're gonna be whatever, you're going to be caught. Those are the dangerous ones. But the ones you plan, lay down a white bed sheet, set your palm and do whatever it is. Nah. So a baby can be conceived by any other position. It doesn't have to be missionary. Like I said, you could be dangling on the tree and you still get pregnant. Swallowing semen will make you get pregnant. What? Let me guess. This came from a man who was not having enough blowjobs, or the wife had completely refused to give him a blowjob. So he came up with this theory that maybe Not only has she refused to give him a blowjob, she wants to get a baby. So he came up with this theory that, you know what? If you give me a blowjob, I come in your mouth and you swallow, you will get pregnant. Come on, people. The sperms are helpful, yes, but not through this mouth. It's through the other opening. Let's be real. I am sure there are better ways of this husband asking for a blowjob from the wife and not this kind of lies. Even you, as a wife, did you buy that? Come on. This is a myth. And I'm sure it's a myth made by men. I can't believe the kind of things which are happening. Information is power, people. Information is power. So this is a huge myth. I know there's so many things people say about sperms, including a facial sperm. I've never had it. I wouldn't even have it. How does it even work? Is it your husband's sperm? I'm a stranger's sperm. Ooh, I can't even think about it. Yeah. So I hear it makes, yes, 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 it's loaded with protein. Okay. But when that protein goes to the right place, I don't think it will help your hair grow. I don't think it will help you with, nah, it's disgusting. Let's do that. Let's not do that. Otherwise, we'll end up giving each other foot and mouth disease or some other weird diseases. So this huge myth, being on the pill for too long, it will delay your pregnancy. Again, this is myth. Being on contraceptive for too long, it will depend. So in fact, when it comes to contraceptives, I don't like giving much advice on contraceptive because I'm not a doctor. When you're trying to get pregnant, or even before you even think of, because people go on contraceptives where they are not trying to be pregnant. They're trying to plan their pregnancy. They're trying to plan their families. That's what's called family planning. So when you go to see the doctor, have this kind of discussion. I'm sure you know when you want to have a baby. So talk to your doctor and let the doctor know that you want to have babies in 5 years, in 2 years, or even in a year. There's a lady who was actually going out of town. She was relocating temporarily for about 6 months. So she went to see the doctor because she didn't want to get pregnant then. She didn't want to be pregnant wherever she was going to be, So it's important to sit down with your doctor and agree. And there's some contraceptives you remove, you go off. Your body, your hormones just need to reset for a couple of months or so, and you're able to get pregnant. Others, a couple of weeks. So this is a myth. Some people say, I've been on a pill for 3 years. So it's packed in my body. So I have to wait for 3 years. I get off the pill. The third year after I'm off the pill, that's when I'm going to get pregnant. Again, it's a myth. So different birth controls work differently for different people. What I'm saying is work with your doctor. Do not. Drinking alcohol will harm your fertility. I'm tempted to say again, this came from men. They didn't want their wives to drink. Everything in moderation. A glass of wine or two is not going to make a difference. But if you go on binge drinking, then that's going to cause a problem. And not just fertility problem. You'll have so many other problems. So over drinking, whether it's beer, it's wine, it's whiskey, it's these pink drinks women are crazy about. I don't know the fuss. Just because it's pink, women are so, they make a fuss about those kind of drinks. If you overdo it, definitely you will have challenges when it comes to conceiving. Final myth: eating yams while trying to conceive will give you twins. This is such a West African thing. First of all, do we even eat yams? Have you ever eaten yams? I have. There's a time I met a lady and she was telling me she is eating yams for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because she wants to have twins or triplets. And she's even tracked down a farmer, somebody who farms yams somewhere in Gong. So she does regular trips. And she told me, but these yams, if you buy them, they can stay for so long. She had a recipe for grating yams and eating them with yogurt for breakfast. I don't know, yams this, yams that, yams the other. Then I'm trying to see, where does this come from? Like I said, it's a West African thing. There's a research I came across. And somewhere in West Africa, there's a village which had the highest rate of twins worldwide, the highest rate of twins. And there's like a university student who did a research and say it was because these people were crazy about their yams. They would eat yams. It's actually yams appears on the, it's like our ugali here in Kenya or our rice in at the coast. You understand what I'm saying? So these guys have their diet is loaded with yams. So they thought yams is what is making these people have twins. But well, the research was inconclusive, and there's no actually scientific proof to prove that yams, eating yams, will help you get twins. So, guys, I have really, really tried to bust the myth. I've tried to bust the myth to see what, because it's already frustrating as it is. Now, if you go by this myth, you'll even be more frustrated. The problem is when people are trying to get babies, many times it's a very sensitive issue. And many times, half the time, the couples all fight about that or argue, or they have frequent fights, arguments, disagreements, or many times there's something, going on. And that stops them from having the regular sex they need to have, and that stops them from even relaxing when they're having sex. And before you realize, all of them have performance anxiety. And every time they're settling down to have sex, they're thinking, is this the time? Is it? And when one of them wake up earlier than before, it's because it's spilled, so there's a lot happening. I will tell you to relax. Work closely with your doctors. Follow your doctor's instructions. And forget about it whenever you're having sex. Or try to forget about it. Enjoy this lovemaking, which is a perfect gift for each and every married couple. And your marriage is valid, with or without children. And should you decide to adopt, it's still a perfect family. Kids come with all sorts of shapes and sizes. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, maybe that's not a very good example. But what I'm saying is, you will get your babies if God wants you to have the babies. And if not, He has other plans for you. I know it's a very sensitive issue, especially coming from somebody who has 2 children. But I can tell you, I also wanted to have more. But 2 is what I was given. Yeah. And if you're going through this, please go seek a doctor. And better yet, get some psychological help, so you can be healthy mentally. So for you to be healthy physically and for you to be able to conceive your child. My name is Getrude Mungai. I'm a lifestyle designer on sex and relationship. And this is Marriage is a Scam with a Cherry on Top.